Welcome in to Seahawks Today, powered by Chat Sports. Tyler Jones here with you. Appreciate you joining us. Today's show is presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety company. We'll tell you more about what they do coming up later on. You can start your free 14-day trial now at aura.com/chatsports. You have trade ideas. I have answers to those said trade ideas. And before we get to all of those, all month long here at Chat Sports, we've been promoting the Noti Gang. That way, you are the first to know when we put new videos out, when we cover breaking news, like yesterday with DK Metcalf when his extension went out. People that were subscribed to Seahawks Today and had the notifications on, bam, they found out right away, and we got the video out as fast as we possibly could. So make sure that you're part of the Noti Gang, and if you are, go ahead and type gang if you're a member. And if you're a new one, if you're just now joining the Noti Gang, go ahead and put gang in the comment section too. We want to hear from you guys. We appreciate you. You are the absolute best. We wouldn't be able to do this without you, so go ahead and do so now. Chat gang in the comment section. First question in the inbox this week comes from Dat Fat Rat, a regular here on the Mailbag. Seahawks, and he used the hashtag Papa Bear Jones. You guys keep finding new ways to call me daddy around here. Daddy, Papa, Bear. I mean, I don't even know what's next. I don't even want to know what's next or what you guys come up with. But nonetheless, Seahawks send a second-round pick and LJ Collier to the Bears for Roquan Smith. That's an interesting idea. Second-round pick and LJ Collier. Now, we've talked a lot about LJ Collier, if the Seahawks would move on from him. It seems like before OTAs that there was a pretty good chance that LJ Collier was not going to be on the Seahawks roster, probably more than likely before OTAs began, that he was not going to be on the final 53-man roster, then rather make it. And then things kind of shifted. Things have changed in the last couple of weeks or so because ultimately LJ Collier looked pretty good in minicamp, surprised everybody. Roquan Smith has been a player that I think the Bears expected more out of. I know that last year he had 163 tackles, but I think they wanted that sack number to be up more. His name has been talked about. They've shopped around him a little bit here and there. I don't know, because you have to pay Roquan Smith as well. It's not just the idea of giving up a second-round pick in LJ Collier. I kind of want to see more from Roquan Smith before I would give up that type of draft capital personally. That's just me. So I think I would say no to that idea, but I see where you're going. With that said, that brings us to our question of the day, our pinned comment. Will the Seahawks keep LJ Collier? Will they move on from him? Will they release him? Will they trade him? Who knows? Very curious what you guys think. Let me know in the comment section. Will the Seahawks keep LJ Collier? Y for yes, N for no. You're about to get an ad break? Take advantage of it. While the ads play, get your votes in. Let me know. Y for yes, N for no if the Seahawks will keep LJ Collier or not. Next trade mailbag question comes from Nick Moonman. Moonman wants to know a couple of ideas next year. First-round pick for Harold Landry or first, a third, and another first in 2024 for Lamar Jackson. No, not giving up a first-round pick for Harold Landry. Already going to say no to that one right there. The other one, Lamar Jackson. So much like what we've talked about with the DK Metcalf situation, where we were saying all along the Seahawks were not going to trade DK Metcalf, that a deal was going to get done, that both sides just had to find a common ground, and they found it. That they just weren't going to trade him. They were going to pay him that money, just had to work some kinks out, and they did. The Ravens are in a similar situation with Lamar Jackson, where the Ravens and Lamar want each other. I think Lamar wants to be in Baltimore for a long time. I think the Ravens want Lamar Jackson for a long time too. I don't see there being a situation where they say, you know what, this isn't going to work. Lamar, we're moving on. Where do you want to go? We'll trade you. And try to get the draft capital out of him. Lamar, I think, would cost ultimately too much for what he would demand on the market. Trading for a quarterback is awfully expensive. You saw what the Seahawks got for Russell Wilson, essentially giving that back and more to get Lamar Jackson. I just don't see that happening. Lamar's a great player, but I just don't see that being the right fit for what you'd have to give up for Lamar Jackson. Ultimately, I think he's just best suited to stay there in Baltimore for quite some time. Today's show presented by Aura, the all-in-one digital safety company, and we are offering a free 14-day trial now at aura.com/chatsports. And you may be asking yourself, well, what the hell is Aura? Well, here's what Aura is. Whether you're trying to protect your identity or your credit cards or your loved one's information, they got it all in one place. It's a great deal, folks. They're going to protect not only you, but up to 5 people on one account. So here's what I'm going to do, because I'm a nice guy. If you go to aura.com/chatsports, because you're watching Seahawks Today right now, we're going to give you a 14-day free trial. See if you like it. Give it a shot. And if you don't, I don't know why you don't, then go ahead and cancel it. Whatever. But I'm telling you, give it a shot. You'll like it. Start now. Aura.com/chatsports for your free 14-day free trial for the whole family. Couple more for you in the inbox. Let's go to Dalton now. Dalton says Ryan Tannehill for a second-round pick. I have been a defender of Ryan Tannehill over the years. I think that Tannehill is the benchmark, like the very bottom of the barrel of franchise quarterbacks I'd be willing to pay. But that's as things are right now. Like, I'm not saying that I would give Tannehill an extension, but if I'm Tennessee, I'm fine with paying him what he's at right now. If I'm Seattle, I'm not going to sit here and say, okay, let's take on that contract for Ryan Tannehill and then give up assets for Ryan Tannehill too. Nah, no thanks. Ryan Tannehill, I think, is good enough. I think he can win a Super Bowl. I think he's capable. But with what the Seahawks, the position they're in, and with what it would take to give up for Ryan Tannehill and how much it costs to pay him, no thanks. I'm not interested in that. Second-round pick, no thanks. With that said, you have DK locked up now. You passed on Baker Mayfield. Jimmy Garoppolo is still hanging around. You didn't draft a quarterback. Is this it? Are they riding with Drew Lock and Geno Smith? Is this the quarterback room going forward? I think so. Will the Seahawks not add another quarterback? That's my true-false question today. The Seahawks will not add another quarterback. If that is true, type T for true. If you disagree, if you think that's a lie, type F for false. Let me know in the comment section. T for true, F for false, if the Seahawks will not add another quarterback. And if they do, we're going to be covering it here on Seahawks Today. Just like we did with the DK Metcalf news, we would be all over it if they decide to add a quarterback to this team. If it's 12 o'clock at night, I'm laying in my bed, scrolling through Instagram, and I get an alert that a receiver actually, we already got that a quarterback ends up in Seattle, that they make a move, then I'll get up, I'll get dressed, I'll record a video from my house if I have to. That's what we'll do here to make sure you're covered so you know what's going on with this Seahawks team. YouTube.com/Seahawks TV. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment. Last question. And it's not really a trade idea, actually. Trying to judge your engine by your paint job wants to know. I honestly like our roster, and I don't really want to see any trades. All of our weakest positions already have been addressed, so it would be great to see how the new young guys can do. In the offseason, I thought cornerback was one of our weakest positions, and for a while wanted us to sign Stephon Gilmore, but now I don't want any new cornerbacks. I'd rather just see what Kobe and Tariq can do. I'm kind of in that same boat, too. I don't know. At this time, it feels like the boat has passed on making significant trades. When the trade deadline gets here, maybe that could be an eventful time. But right now, the Seahawks are not in a position where they're trying to build a playoff team. If that changes, if something clicks for this group, maybe we have the discussion around the trade deadline. But it doesn't feel right now for the Seahawks to be making a trade move. I see where you're going. I'm excited about Kobe Bryant and Tariq Woolen as well. I think Kobe's got a real shot to start at that one of those outside corner spots, realistically, from day one. And with the injury with Trey Brown, He's got an opportunity to show what he's got at this point in time. Going to be fascinating to follow. Before we go, final question. Predict the Seahawks record in 2022. What will it be? Let me know in the comment section below, and we'll see you next time here on Seahawks Today.